What if the one place you thought you were safe, your own, dreams turned into a slaughterhouse, from which you could never wake up? In 2010, horror cinema redefined terror with the reboot of a legendary icon. If you fall asleep now, he gets you. Let's break down A Nightmare on Elm Street. Our story kicks off in Springwood, Ohio, where a group of high schoolers, Chris, Jesse, Nancy, Quentin, and Dean, are all suffering from a terrifying shared symptom, severe chronic insomnia. Why? Because whenever they close their eyes, they are hunted by the exact same nightmare. A horribly disfigured man wearing a red and green striped sweater and a glove made of razor-sharp knives stalks them through the boiler room of their forgotten preschool. The tragedy truly hits home when Dean falls asleep in class, and to the absolute horror of his friends, he begins violently thrashing around, slicing open his own throat in the real world while trapped inside his dream. Panicked and desperate for answers, Chris is next to fall victim to the killer, brutally murdered in her sleep, while Jesse watches in sheer terror, leading the police to wrongfully frame Jesse for the crime. But Jesse's fate is sealed shortly after, as Freddy slashes him to death right inside a police interrogation room. Realizing something far more sinister is at play, Nancy and Quentin refuse to sleep. They start digging into their parents' pasts, discovering a horrifying secret. Years ago, before they were even born, their parents were ordinary townsfolk who suspected that a local preschool gardener named Freddy Krueger was a monster preying on children. Taking justice into their own hands, the angry mob tracked Freddy down to the boiler room and burned him alive. Now he's back from the dead, seeking absolute vengeance through the children of the very people who murdered him. With time running out and exhaustion taking over, Nancy hatches a risky, high-stakes plan. She purposefully injects herself with adrenaline and hooks herself up to medical equipment, determined to grab Freddy inside the dream and pull him out into the physical, real world. An epic, blood-pumping showdown ensues inside Nancy's house. Using a mirror, Nancy manages to drag the physical manifestation of Freddy into reality. Quentin helps her strike a fatal blow, slicing the monster's throat and setting his body on fire. It seems like the nightmare is finally over. Or is it? In the chilling final twist, Nancy and her mother return home for a celebratory gathering. But when her mother goes to open the front door, the reflection in the hallway mirror shatters. Freddy's shadowy hand bursts through the glass, dragging her screaming into the mirror dimension, proving that the nightmare never truly ends. Brutal, dark, and psychologically twisting, this modern take on a classic slasher keeps you guessing until the very last frame. Would you survive a week without sleep? Or would Freddy get you on night one? Drop your thoughts in the comments.